changed planes in Dallas. Now you know the guy who Fort Worth is named for is buried in New York. So there is a lot of great history here at Madison Square Park. And in a moment you're going to see a flagpole will be coming up on your left. And that flagpole is where the torch of the Statue of Liberty was put on temporary display in 1877. The torch was the first part of the statue that was completed. It was sent to Philadelphia for a U.S. Centennial exhibit in 1876. Then it was brought here to Madison Square Park, and it stood out here until 1883. Stood out here for 6 years. And people could walk around, they got an idea of what the eventual statue would look like. Right here on your left is where the old torch used to stand. Okay, coming up on your left now in a moment. Alright, well the truck is in the way at the moment, but take a look to the left. You should see, alright, you should see a statue on your left there of a guy sitting down. Okay, there. See the statue of the guy sitting down? Everybody see that? Yeah, okay, good. That is of William Seward. William Seward was the Secretary of State who negotiated the purchase of Alaska for just a little more than $500,000 from the Russian government. People thought he had been had. They called it Seward's Folly or Seward's Icebox. But turned out to be a pretty good deal. Now, the statue might look a little familiar to you because it was done by Daniel Chester French, the same guy who did the Lincoln Monument, Lincoln Memorial. Yeah, he does. And it's long been speculated that all that Daniel Chester French did was sculpt the head of William Seward and stick it on a small version of the Lincoln Memorial. It's not true, but it's a good story. So now we are in what used to be called the Ladies' Mile. These all used to be department stores catering primarily to the fairer sex. And during the Gilded Age, if a woman went out without a male escort, it was considered scandalous. She could lose her reputation. Yeah. But it was considered okay on the Ladies' Mile. So we'll soon be in front of the Flatiron district now, but we're in Greenwich Village. And Greenwich Village is used to be in the it used to be an independent village from the rest of the city, and there used to be a lot of tobacco farms in the area. But by the 1820s, there were a lot of outbreaks of cholera and typhoid and yellow fever, and people began moving up into the village. And it soon became part of the city, and it became a fairly affluent area for a while. Then after the American Civil War, it started to become synonymous with Bohemian culture. Countless writers have lived in Greenwich Village over the years. Oh, by the way, here on the left, this is where the original Barnes & Noble was located. It's Banana Republic. Greenwich Village is quite a place. They have countless writers lived in Greenwich Village over the years, from Henry James to Edgar Allan Poe, Mark Twain, E. Cummings, Edith Wharton, Louisa May Alcott. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Lots of great painters lived here. Lots of great political activists, radicals, free thinkers. And of course, it's also been famous for having a very liberal attitude toward alternative lifestyles. And June, of course, is LGBTQ Pride Month. And this Sunday will be the Gay Pride Parade, which is a huge event. And it commemorates the Stonewall Rebellion, which took place on June 28, 1969. What happened on that date is the police raided the Stonewall Inn, which is a gay bar on Christopher Street, and the patrons fought back. And that led to a massive riot, which went on for 3 days. And it's considered the start of the gay rights movement in the United States. Which obviously many strides have been made. Okay, so pretty soon we're going to be seeing the new school university. Will be in this glass building coming up on your left. The new school is Liberal Arts College. They're famous for their acting program. The famous acting teacher Stella Adler studied here, or taught here, sorry. And one of her students was Marlon Brando. And one day as an acting exercise, she told the class, okay, we're going to pretend you're a bunch of chickens and you just learned that an atomic bomb is about to go off. Go. And everyone started right around going, bonk, 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 acting all crazy, but not Brando. He just sat there. And she said to him, why aren't you doing anything? And Brando said, I'm a chicken. Well, I know how